Hi, and welcome to our Facebook Live Come Crafting with Jill and Jez. I'm Jez.
And I'm Jill.
And we do a live crafting session on the first Saturday of every month in our Facebook group. So if you would like to join us live on our group, then pop over to Facebook and join us. Come Crafting with Jill and Jez.
Mess up there.
Yeah, fine.
Anyway.
We would expect nothing less.
Yeah. Well, actually, because it's not really a mess. That's just like the outer edges of my craft desk, because
it's a work area.
It's work area. I've got bigger room to work in, and my camera's higher up now.
Oh yeah.
So that's.
I know. See it. I don't know what happened to my sound. Suddenly came on. I don't know what was going on about that.
Right. So you can hear me all right.
You perfectly.
Right. Okay. So let's get started. So no idea what I'm doing. So last night, before we went out in the sunshine to the pub, I slapped a load of tea on this white card and let it dry. And then this morning, I slapped a load on the other side and let that dry in the sun. Ironed it just before it came on. And I've got a load of stamps ready. So I've pulled out these stamp sets. I've got Nature's Prints, and I've loaded up some of them ready on blocks. Dainty Delight, and I've loaded them up on blocks. Just those three from Quiet Meadow. I've just gone for the splodges here in colour and contour. And then that one there from Artistically Inked. That was my thoughts. I've got my colour palette in very neutral. So my two new favourites, Pecan Pie and Pebble Path, like them. I've got Grey Granite, Crumb Cake, and Early Espresso as well. So they're sort of the inks I'm going for. So what I thought, I have an idea that I have been wanting to do for a long time, and that was to do a journal that's just like stamping.
Yeah.
It's got no pattern paper, and maybe they'll die cut, but keeping it sort of like quite simple and neutral was an idea I had. I've also got the dies that go with the stamp sets. I've got some embossing folders and I've got some dies, but I probably won't do any of that, but we'll see. I'll just having a look, see what my time is, and see what happens. So I thought I would cut it into sort of tag shapes. Now what I like to do when I take a piece of A4 is on the long side I'll cut down. I'll probably only do one sheet, let's see, in half an hour. Cut it down there at 2 inches. So I've got a 2-inch strip, and then I cut that in half. So that gives me 2 long tall tags, or they could be pockets, whatever. And then this I cut into 4. So cut it in half and then cut it in half again, which is about, there's about 2 7/8, I think, roughly where it is. Yeah.
Anthony's saying, I love pecan pie, still adjusting to lemon lime twist, and I'd like a conversation with whoever approved Moody Move and Wild Wheat. I don't think I've seen wild wheat being used yet.
I think it's quite vintagey.
Yeah, maybe.
And I've got them. The twine, which I really like because they go nicely in the top of tags. I like Moody Mauve. It reminds me of Sweet Sugar Plum.
Yeah, it's not as nice as Sweet Sugar
No,
Plum.
it isn't. It's a bit more vintage, a bit more dirty.
Yeah.
But I
I'm
haven't
not-
bought the ink.
I'm not a lover of any of these in colours, I have to say. I haven't used any of them yet, I don't think. Not even
Well, I have.
blue, which because it's amongst all the other grungy colours.
Yeah. But I think,
Hazel's saying that Heather's used Wild Wheat.
yeah, I think it's quite vintage, and I can.
No, it looks like diarrhea to me.
It does look like, it looks like newborn baby poo, doesn't it?
Yeah. Never going to be my favourite. It's up there with crushed curry.
Yeah. So those are in the bag, and these two are out, which just goes to show what I tend to use. So I have got here. So out of a sheet of A4, I can get like 4 tags, or they can be pockets, whatever. So I've done it so that it's smoother on one side and not so smooth on the other, and that was the side I wanted to stamp on, so that I got the smoother side for writing on.
And he's saying thank you for the image.
You're welcome. Here all week. There are a few places where it's still showing a little bit of the white, but I'll just go over that with some ink blending. It's not a problem. So what I use is my Old Faithful. I've still got both of them.
Yeah, me too.
Tag top and punches. So I'm going to do one in one colour and one in the other. Actually, I'm going to leave that colour at the bottom. So just chuck it in. So this is the reason why I choose them to be 2 inches wide.
Yeah, they fit the punches exactly.
They fit the punches exactly. And then you're actually left with, you know, quite a nice size length of a tag as well, because they're like 6 1/4 ish, aren't they? Because it's 8 1/4 wide, and I've taken 2 inches off. Yeah, so you're just over 6 inches, and then you're 2 7/8 wide. So I think they're quite good sizes for tags. And then I'll just use this to punch them into tags. So that
I still haven't got that one. Oh no, is that the first one?
No, this is the
trio or something. Is it?
the very best.
Yeah, I haven't got that.
Punch.
I haven't got that one.
If you're into making tags,
yeah,
it's absolutely brilliant. I use it all the time, and you can do 2 different styles of tag tops, and you can do all 4 corners, and it makes a nice journaling card, or topper for a card, whatever. But that's the 2 different shaped top. Which are they visible?
Yeah, they don't look very different from here, I have to say.
There, I put something dark behind.
Yeah.
So there. You've got like, I always think that's like a Chinese pagoda thingy, and then that's more rounded.
Yeah.
So I like.
Yeah. I keep thinking I'll add it onto an order, but I never have so far.
Yeah. And I like the fact that you get this nice slit.
Well, it's useful for people that haven't got the tag toppers, because they're no longer in the catalogue, are they?
Yeah.
So it's good for, if someone does want to make tags.
Yeah.
It's a good alternative. And it's only 1 punch.
It is. And I say it cuts all 4 corners as well, so they make quite nice little. Well, they're quite nice for like a closure for a bag, and for a mat on top of a card. So there we go. And then you get these corners, and I save them all.
Oh my god!
They're nice photo corners. So I have a little pot on my.
And you actually use them. See, I save things like that for a little while, and then I look at them and I think, I'm never going to use them. I'm going to forget I've got them. When I need them, I'll just do some more. So I just throw them in the end.
Why they're in this little pot. This was made for me by my youngest when they were in primary school. So sits there, happy smiley face, makes me smile. So there we go. And then I like to round the corners. We don't have a corner rounder, but I do. and I'm sure most
Yeah.
other crafters.
I've still got the other trio punch that is a corner rounder.
Yeah,
So I use.
mine never worked very well. I'm sure it was fine. I should have sent it back, and I never did. So it was hit and miss with working. And actually, I prefer this tiny one now.
Yeah, easier.
I've got. This is the small, and I've got the large version. But I like the very small corner now. So, and look how lovely the little designs you get with your tea. So I just brush it on with a paintbrush, and I did. So I got a small jam jar. I put 4 tea bags in, filled it up halfway with boiling water, let the tea brew for a bit, and then topped it up with cold. And then, so it's quite strong tea. And then when it was nearly dry, I brushed a bit more tea over it, so you get these things. And sometimes I'll splash tea as well on it. So that's
so is that Whisper White that you've done that on?
Pardon?
Is that basic white that you've done it on?
It isn't. It was some white cardstock that I used for junction.
White.
I thought about it afterwards this morning. I thought I could have done Whisper White. I mean, it does work with Whisper White, but this is 200 GSM Navigator card. So I'm just deciding which sides I'm stamping on. That side. Stamping on where it's got a little bit more interest. Okay, so I've got plenty of stamps to choose from. I've got my colours that I'm choosing from. So I think we're going to start. I think we're going to put with Pebble Path. I'm going to put some backgrounds down. I'm just going to bring in, just to protect my desk. This is a cereal packet liner.
Waste not, want not.
Absolutely. Why spend money when you've got something free? So I'm going to use the little script thing, and I'm just going to put little bits of script in the background.
Where's that from?
Quiet Meadow.
Right.
So just not re-inking. I quite like it when we get faded bits. That one went squiff, doesn't matter. I'm going to stamp this off because I don't want it that dark. And then go on here. There. So that's given it a bit of a background there. And then I might, on some of these that are a little bit light, these two are a little bit light, I'm going to use this artistically inked with my pick and buy. And I'm going to put some of this on that edge.
Is that just a splodge?
Yeah, but it kind of, that's a bit too dark really, but it doesn't matter. It just adds a little bit to it. I'm going to go around the edge as if it's old paper. Just add a little bit of something. I'm going to stamp that off. It's too dark when it goes on. I went charity shopping this morning. I haven't been charity shopping for a very long time. And I got a book that is from 1700 and something.
Oh, wow.
It's so nice. The paper's so lovely. And I got an 1800 book, and all the edges of each page are as dark as that. And then they sort of slowly change colour. I love it. Absolutely love it. Donated £25 to charity and walked away with some gorgeous things. See how nice does that look with that splodge?
Yeah.
Okay. Sort of works really well. Going to put some at the top there, I think. And in the side. There we go. That'll do. Right, so that's that one done. So I'm going to do some dottage, I think, and some splodges. So I've got some ink splodges, quite like ink splodges. Quite like ink splodges with early espresso because it's quite dark. And I think if you're going to do a splodge, it'd be like fresh ink, wouldn't it? So it would be quite dark. So I'm going to do a really dark splodge there. Love it. I know you're looking at it, Jill, and you're going, it's awful.
I can appreciate it for what it is. It's really not my style.
No.
But it's the complete other end. But that's why we're good together, because we do completely opposite things.
We're like Donny and Marie.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit country and I'm a little bit rock and roll, aren't we? Oh dear.
Yeah, they're all the colours that I use very, very infrequently. But then probably so is
the colours that you just used.
Coastal Cabana and Tahitian Tide.
Yeah. So that's that. And got some small dottage that I might stamp around. And I'm probably picking up some ink from thingy, but that's just perfect.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm using a cereal liner, you know, the ink is, you know, being picked up on the back. But
Hazel's saying you've got her hooked on charity shops.
I've not can't be a good charity shop.
I've not found any charity shops that do any craft stuff around here. Although somebody has told me that there's one in Woking, so I'll have to go and explore.
Yeah. And then I've got this dottage, which I'm going to stamp off. I'm going to put it in the centre there. This is like a really big spray. I'll go up there with that one. And there. So I'm just setting the background. That's that. So now I'm going to put my images on it. So what colour are you going to do that in, Jess? I don't know. I think I might go pick and buy. Pick and buy. So I like this Dainty Flower one. Dainty Delight even. Dainty Flower was the paper on it. Stick that down. There we go.
Nice.
I'm going to do that again. I liked it so much. Then we'll change. I like the Quiet Meadow flower. Going to use this one from Nature's Prints. I've got paper now on my ink pad. Get that off. Then we've got two littler ones. So I am just going to get a little bit of paper that has managed to get on there. A little bit there that's managed to get in. And that there. Sorted. Have I not used that one? Put that on there. We'll have that on there. So that is
Nice.
That's them. I might now come off this because there is a limit to how much mess I want on the back. So checking me for time. Oh, 15 minutes. So we've got that. So we need to ink round the edges. I've taken that off. I'm going to have to use this now. I'm just going to, where's my, there we go. So I'm not sure if this is the pecan pie one. I had sponges and then I moved my craft room around and I had them labelled and everything. And I can't even find my sponge daubers. So it's like, I don't know which one this, that'll do. So I'll just go around the edge.
Is that a Tim Holtz one?
Yeah. And see, look, a little bit dirty on the back there, but that's fine. If you didn't want that, then don't do it on a cereal liner, do it on a piece of paper. And I've got some words I'll just add and some twine, and they're just a bit of simple stamping, really. And I say I sort of challenge myself to just do something stamping.
Yeah. Well, they'd be nice just on a parcel wrapped up in craft paper with a tag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some raffia or something, twine.
Yeah, absolutely. I like wrapping things up in brown paper and twine.
Hazel Ann says a splash of purple would be nice.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
No, I'm going for a complete neutral in this journal. They were my thoughts. Normally this is where I speed up.
Yeah.
But actually it's quite good to show what you can achieve in just half an hour of.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we both started from scratch today and done everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to take hours to make a card or a
no, absolutely. So that's that. And then what have I got here? I was doing a little bit of playing on my computer and made a whole sheet of words, because sometimes it's hard to find the words that you want. So I printed them black, so I did them so they were black background with white, and then you can go over with your blending brush and you can change the colour of the writing if you want. Quite like them. I like the way they show up. Done them in 2 different sizes. Coloured these to, that's crumb cake, that's soft suede. I need to do some in pecan pie, but I couldn't find the hex code.
Oh, yeah, they're not easy to find, are they?
No,
they are there somewhere.
Bloomin' nightmare. They are bloomin' nightmare to find. I found an older one.
Good.
I did find an older one. But I think I'm going to go with these slightly bigger ones. So, although I wanted just stamping and no paper, I didn't mean not adding things like this.
So what do the words say?
So I just chose to do journal, memories, remember, inspire, create, beauty, dream, and moments. And I've also got, because I had to knock them off when I made them bigger, discover.
Right.
So I just picked out some random words that I thought would, well, I should have coloured this before I cut them off. So it was a friend of mine was just asking, she'd seen me make something with words, said, where do you get your words from? And I said, well, I make them often. There we go. So how many have I made? 6, haven't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure which ones I want, so I'm just going to cut them all. Cut them all, Jess. Cut them all. And then we'll decide where they're going to go. That's just a, that just go on the floor. Why not? Needs a hoover. There we go. And then just a matter of, they just look nice. Just stuck. Oh. You could layer them up.
Someone's sending some hearts.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. And then I do then just sometimes sort of just think, oh, we'll add a little bit of interest in this. Let's go a little bit smaller. And then obviously ink round. And then they can glue on. I mean, sometimes I'll layer them up.
Yeah.
But just going for simplicity today. And layer them. Just stick them down. What am I doing? Oh, because I want to put some ribbon in the top. There we go. That's a little journal. And I've got this, I loved this. The wavy trim. So I could put a bit of that across there if I wanted to, or I'm just going to, my idea is to just stick it through there. And then take a bit of this and tie it around. So keeping it all totally neutral. So that's done. Cut off a bit. So that's that one. And that is how I want to finish all of them. Might not have time to do that in this live, so I might sort of finish them and then just add photos. Do you know what I mean? And the other thought you can do is stick them to a little bit of this. So where's my glue gone? I put the glue across there. Stick that on top. This is my Carlisle glue.
Yeah.
I mended some jewellery with it yesterday.
Oh.
Little cross of Ed's. The top had come out. So, you know, it was like a stone cross and it had a silver doodah. And so I just mended it with this. So far it's held. Good glue, it's solvent glue, it's quite multi-purpose.
Ivy's saying there are your first swaps for the September retreat.
That's a good idea. There you go. So I'll finish the rest off. You can see where I'm going, because I think we're going to run out of time, aren't we? So there they are.
They're very nice.
My stamping, simple stamping, little.
Okay, Carol's saying, chalk and cheese projects, but both delightful.
Oh, thank you. We are quite chalk and cheesy.
We are, yeah. Although lots of things in common as well.
Yes, yes. Like the time when we made exactly the same thing.
Yes. Yes, at least we didn't do that today.
Yeah. Right, I'll come back up.
Thank you for watching. Now, why don't you go, there's a link down below and you can pop across and see what Jill has made during the live as well. And why don't you join us on our Facebook group next time? Okay, bye for now.
Bye.